It's an immense honor to stand here with this group of individuals, family, friends, colleagues, brothers, sisters in arms and in soul with our great friend Tristram Smith.
Tris and I married at the turn of the century. Doesn't that sound romantic? It was the year 2000, and one of the very first things that we did, along with Jonah, was to move across the country to Rochester. The pandemic has delayed this occasion by many months, but at long last, we're able to gather and honor the life and work of my late husband, Tristram Smith.
This bench, at the entrance to where students of many disciplines enter the University of Rochester Medical Center, is perhaps the most fitting spot to memorialize Triss's passion for mentoring trainees, and many of you who are here today experienced that mentorship. Mentoring is different than teaching. It focuses on supporting and encouraging others to manage their own learning in order to be what they can do to maximize their own potential, develop their skills, and become the person they want to be, not the person the mentor wants them to be. Triss modeled kindness and gentleness in an academic setting through active listening and synthesizing discussion into something far more cogent than the sum of its parts. And all of you who've worked with Triss know that you could give him a series of thoughts on a Monday night, and Tuesday morning you had a whole paper that didn't need any corrections. And he did all this with humor and humility.
With Triss, one felt respected and valued. He provided a singularly powerful example of how to treat others kindly, whether with international research experts or an undergraduate who wanted to know about summer opportunities, or with young parents grappling with a new diagnosis. Triss was an incredibly patient listener. He provided practical, usable advice. He provided others with reassurance and clarity.
My memories of him and his influence over me show up as part of regular life experiences, guiding my decisions in research. And sure, that means informing solid methodological and analytical decisions, but more importantly, how I try to be as a leader and how I try to be as a member of these amazing teams he built.
And I think the quality that I remember most about Triss was he always saw his responsibility as a reviewer, whether it's a manuscript or a grant, to help that individual who created that product succeed.
Triss's work didn't culminate into a distinct peak of accomplishment because he never appeared to see an end to his work. He was a true scientist, and every new finding simply led to another question and another finding. He always worked with such modesty and perseverance that only the hallowed whispers of others, when they spoke of him, revealed his greatness. He demonstrated his commitment to his work by simply living it, always with the greatest humility.
He was quiet, he was reserved, he was humble, he was easy to be with and easy to be around. He was incredibly supportive. And in our fledgling attempts to get an IDD or C off the ground and to conceive of what it would look like and who we would need to involve, he was the rudder, he was the guide. And as many of you know, we did in fact end up becoming the newest IDD or C. There are only 15 of them in the nation. There's only ever been 14 or 15 of them in the nation. And in order to be one, you have to displace, what we call one of the big shops. And the University of Rochester did that. And it happened because of Triss and because of many people here today. And that's a piece of a legacy.
My last message to Triss was a standard office text. He was at the airport with Susanna. I indicated that I was with my mother that weekend in Michigan. I was going to have to recancel some meeting. I wish instead I would have texted this. Triss, you're a fine example of a person for others. You're a true friend. You, sir, have made a profound positive impact on my life. Thank you.
Coming here was one of the very best moves that Tris ever made. As you know, he was tirelessly dedicated to helping improve the lives of children and family affected by developmental disorders. There was and is so much more work to be done. And to make a real difference, he needed brilliant colleagues and students with whom to collaborate. He found his tribe here in Rochester.